Namaste. So today we start with the concept of Hanuman. So today is Hanuman Jayanthi, a day we honor Hanuman. So Hanuman holds an important place in Indian mythology, and here in our practice system we have two important principles which we call as the KCC, the initiation principle, and that is taken from one of the stories of Hanuman. So Hanuman is known as a great devotee of Rama, and when you say devotee of Rama, that sounds dualistic. You know, you're a devotee of something which you are not. You're in devotion of that. So once when asked, where is Rama? Hanuman tears open his chest and shows Rama as within. You know, so that's a strong example. You are in devotion to that greatness which is your own highest essence. Okay, so that is what we are trying to do. So the KCC principle is really inspired by that story. And then on another occasion, we have this incident of Hanuman being insulted by a demon king, where he is not offered a chair to sit in a discussion. And then Hanuman lengthens his tail downward, unfurls his tail, and he like curls it round and round and round so that he sits on top of it. So the cobra principle is the lengthening of the tail down. So we go down to rise, to sit, to root, to be like solid in our grounding. So that also, both these principles are taken from the stories of Hanuman, okay, the KCC and the cobra. Now, as an asana, a penny, just come here for a moment and make it a bit faster. So let's go into down dog. Step your favorite leg through Hanumanasa. So to your point, that's all, okay? So as an asana, this is Hanumanasana. So we embody Hanuman through this asana. And basically what it represents is the leaping capacity of Hanuman. So Penny, just go to down dog again. So if you watch your left foot from that point to Penny here, this point. Okay, so that is Hanuman. It's posture, thanks Penny. So this posture is representing that capacity of Hanuman, of that great leaping capacity. And Hanuman is basically known for two famous leaps he has done. One is when he was a child, really small child. He was very hungry, and he looked up at the sky and saw this red, juicy kind of thing dangling in the sky. That was the sun. But Hanuman thought that's some juicy fruit, and he leapt towards the sun. So here we have to remember that Hanuman is the son of the wind god in the mythology. So the air element would not block him. He can really fly through air. So he leaps and he almost reaches the sun. And at which point of time a thunderbolt strikes him, and he falls hard, and he breaks his jaw. And then he is named after that broken jawness. Hanuman actually means a broken, the one with the broken jaw. So, because the name itself is a reminder of the fall, and the brokenness of the jaw is a reminder of that fall too, to him as well as others, Hanuman started to remember more of the fall rather than the leap. He almost had reached the sun, but more than that, he started to be enmeshed in the memory of that fall and the shame and the failure sense. Now, many years later, Hanuman is required to make another leap over the ocean from India to Sri Lanka to pass a message to Sita. So Hanuman is shocked to hear that he is the one chosen to make this leap. And Hanuman says he can't do it. And he is really remembering that fall. He has fallen last time, and this time you're asking to jump over the ocean. So he backs off. And at this point of time, there is this wise old monkey called Jambhavan. He approaches Hanuman and sits with him and talks to him and really make him see how he fell, what happened before he fell. He almost reached the sun, which nobody can do. So Jambhavan made him see his capacity, that great leaping capacity. And then once Hanuman recognizes that, he gets up with that KCC heart. He's all expanded, and he leaps and he makes the leap. Okay, he takes it and makes it. So, who is Hanuman here? Hanuman is each one of us. From small, we have also taken leaps and we have also fallen. We have taken leaps in love and perhaps fallen hard or got hurt. We have taken leaps in many other ways, leaping towards opportunities, leaping towards inspirations, motivations, aspirations. We have all taken many times a fall. In such a way that later an opportunity comes up, we are more with that fall, with that pain of that failure, that we have forgotten this leaping capacity we had as a child, as we were growing up. So the brokenness of the jaw, I have multiple fracture jaw. That brokenness is holding us back when we are connecting only to that brokenness of us as Hanuman. But we have that leapiness too. When you say son of the wind god, son of the air element, each one of us is a child of that air element. Without air, we can't be born. Okay, so we also have that great leaping capacity. But we need to connect to that. We need to recognize that. For that, we need Jambhavan, a teacher, or the teachings. So all of the teachings serve as that Jambhavan to make us recognize, see this great capacity in us. And so towards recognizing and opening and releasing that Hanuman capacity, we practice. And it's not only Hanuman that we should try to unleash within us, it's also the Jambhavan capacity. We have to become Jambhavan too. In all mythology, all the characters we should become, depending on the situation. So not only should we be able to leap, we should also help others take the leap. So people, like even as a parent, sometimes children fall, children make mistakes. But because of this fear of parents, we will keep on reminding them of the fall. Don't forget last time you fell. Don't forget last time this happened. So that finally they get scared to take the leap at all. So we have to teach them to be careful, but yet not make them scared. And this applies not just to children, to friends, to whoever, who seems to be caught in a memory of failure, which is putting them in a shackle. They're not able to really leap high. So towards that, let's dedicate the practice today. Namaste.